Okay, so I'm going to do something fun today. I'm going to walk through how I use Dorothy. This is my own personal account. It's what I'm studying, what I'm memorizing, and I'm going to share that with you all today. It's exciting for me anyway. So, right now I have a quiz due today. I have not taken my quiz today, so we are going to do that together. And I did peek at the questions just to make sure there weren't any like crazy ones in there. I think I'm okay. But I didn't try to recall the answers yet. So it's going to be mostly how I would actually use it in real life. We're all on my computer right now. I sometimes take my quizzes from my phone, depending on where I'm at, but I mostly use Dorothy on my computer. So let's talk about what I'm studying right now and what I'm using Dorothy for. So my study set list it's very large, and it's I don't study all of these, not even close. But it does hold a lot of things that I have studied in the past. So let's walk through those. In the past, I've used Dorothy to help me win trivia. When I was playing trivia full time, what I was doing is I was actually studying the flags of North America, and I did a little bit of studying on South America. The reason why I chose those continents is because my team and I would split up each continent to study each the flags of each continent. And one time, the person who studied South America couldn't make it, but we needed the knowledge. And so I studied that because in every quiz, there was always one question that asked about a flag of a country. Either showed a picture of a flag or asked you a description of the flag, and you had to get to guess it. So that was if we all studied every flag of every country, we would at least get one question right every week. And we won a lot. We were very serious about trivia. I also when in that same during trivia, what we were also seeing is about every 3 weeks we would get asked a question about a collective noun for a group of animals. Like a group of crows is known as a murder. Random stuff like that. Now let's keep going through these. I do not study about this is a nursing exam of some sort. I added it personally to my study sets just so I could edit it. I have quite a few of these study sets that I just have here because I'm just making sure everything's working on the website. So I don't actually study, I don't have 160 questions I'm studying about all of these random these I don't know diseases and things that are being studied by nurses. What I am actually studying right now are the names of people I've met. I'm studying for Spanish as well. I live in Mexico, and so I have to speak Spanish a lot. And I want to make sure I maintain my knowledge and maintain my vocabulary. And so I'm specifically studying the names of people I've met, Spanish slang, and Spanish vocabulary and phrases. And this is what I'm actually using Dorothy for. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and show an example of how I might add a question in. And so, for example, something that a joke I always make is like I call people heroes when they do things that aren't actually heroic, like going to chase the ball during volleyball when somebody hits it really hard. So anyway, here's like how I might do it. I just now learned the word for hero, and so I want to add that as a question to Dorothy. So I'm going to actually search for hero in Spanish. So get the word down. Okay, héroe. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add this as a question right now. So to Spanish, hero, to English, héroe. And I like to also use images if I can. So in this case, I typed in the word hero, but I might actually go search for the word héroe on Google Images. Imagery or using imagery is much more powerful in terms of um in terms of and like when it comes to memorizing. Like it's gonna be much easier to remember a image in your brain than it is to remember a piece of text. So I try to use images as much as I can. So I'm gonna look for the um image that I feel like best embodies the word hero. Um these all look like Superman. So I don't want to think that I'm trying to memorize the Spanish word for Superman. Um, This one is a group of heroes, so I might think that's plural, but it's very much heroes. I think I'm going to use this one. I don't think I'm going to get confused by that in the future, so we're going to use this one. And let's get this in the downloads and bring it over to the hero tab or to the hero area. So anyway, so this is a word I'm going to now try to remember the Spanish translation for héroe. And so I'm going to go ahead and remove the word hero, so I don't associate that block of text. Instead, I associate it with this humongous group of Marvel superheroes. Okay, so that is an example of how I might what a new question I might add, what that might look like. Right now, let's look at my quiz settings themselves. I have them at a max of 1,000. So I'll never have 1,000 questions due in one day. But I just want to make sure I don't miss any. So I don't have a limit really. And I have it set for Spanish vocabulary and phrases and names of people. These are the study sets that I've chosen to study. It usually has Spanish slang in there, but since I'm doing a video, I removed it because there are bad words in the Spanish slang study set. If you're curious what that looks like, it is in the public study sets. It is right here. So you can look at it if you want. So anyway, that's how I add questions. That's what I'm studying. But let's take a quiz together and see how I go through this. So let's get started. Also, keyboard shortcuts are available if that makes things easier for anyone. All right, in Spanish for at least 6 months straight. That is al menos seis seguidos. Yes. Oh, meses. I forgot the word month. Okay, I think I recalled this. I definitely know the word for month, but I just didn't add it to my translation. So that wasn't hard for me. And I'm going to go and say yes, and it was easy on this one. With that, as always, Dorothy will now use this information with how long I took to make a better prediction of when I should see this again. Because I am saying yes, and it was easy, it will probably be a while in the future. Okay, so this is a name. I'm trying to remember the name of someone. Whenever I meet someone and I really try to remember, it's very important to me that I remember people's names. And so I try to remember all the details of what it was like when I met them, like all the things that were said, like anything I can remember, and I try to write it down so I can remember their names. And I'm already about to run out of time because I haven't tried this, but I know who this is. This is Max. So this was always going to be easy for me. I just started talking about it. So yes, I did recall the correct answer. And yeah, you can see like it's a wild amount of information, but that's one way I'm using Dorothy is to make sure I don't forget people's names. And where I live, you meet people people come and go so often that it's very hard to keep on top of that. So yeah, that's one use of Dorothy for me. All right, from La Punta Volleyball. This is the person I met at volleyball. Played on. That's James. I say yes, and it was easy again. I don't think that was difficult. I was just reading the whole question. I'm getting a lot of this is my third yes, and it was easy. I usually don't, this isn't usually the case for me. I usually get a pretty clear even ratio. Not even ratio. It does trend towards yes, and it was difficult. But again, I peeked at the questions before I saw it, so I kind of already got put into my head, even though I didn't try to recall the answers. But I did peek at them for the sake of the demo. So these are a little easier today than they would normally be. And put a date on this one. That's David. Another easy one. Yeah, I don't think I had struggled there to recall that one. I just added this one recently, so it's pretty clear in my mind. Estoy un poco confundido. Yeah, it was easy. And then the last one. I think it's Natalia. Yes. Okay, so this one was a little more difficult for me. I couldn't remember exactly. Okay, so I had 6 questions due today. 6 questions Dorothy thought I was going to forget the answer to by tomorrow. Again, those all, I probably could have waited longer on almost all of them to get quizzed on them, but it's also hard to say because I did peek at the questions before I looked at it again, or before I took the quiz to make sure there weren't any things with bad words in them since I was doing a demo and showing how I used Dorothy. So, yeah, I did. And that is my quiz. Um, let's see what my congratulations screen tells me today. I I don't actually know what my stats look like right now. I'm on a 5 day streak. Amazing. So I haven't missed a quiz for 5 days in a row. And I think that is it. Anything else I wanted to show you? Maybe my stats. Yep, I've taken 466 quizzes. That's awesome. And cool. Now that the demo's over, I'll go ahead and add my slang back. Okay, I believe that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting to see. I hope it gives an idea of like how you might use Dorothy and just seems like and it can just or was just entertaining to watch. I hope whatever it is, hope it was nice for you guys. Okay, wherever you are in the world, hope you have a great rest of your day.